welcome to Spooky 2 Coffee Time, episode 10. This is Echo Lee. I'm sorry that I didn't do coffee time in the previous 2 weeks because for Chinese New Year, there are just too many things. And I have to prepare probably 3 months work in just 1 month. So, and today is the last working day before Chinese New Year. We will be off work since February the 2nd. That's tomorrow until February the 10th. It's 9 o'clock a.m. here, and we will make sure that all of the orders placed today before 17 o'clock will be shipped out. So I guess you still have 7 to 8 hours before you can place an order if you really need something urgent. And after that, all of the orders will have to wait until February the 11th. We will include a special Chinese New Year gift in every parcel. And we will make sure that all of the orders are shipped as soon as possible after Chinese New Year. Chinese New Year is February the 5th, but here normally we have the biggest celebration on February the 4th. That's Chinese New Year, New Year's Eve. And normally it's everyone will go back to their hometown and have a reunion with their parents. And the city we are staying in now, we're like a ghost city. You can hardly see anyone on the street. And normally on the way drive to the office, it's really a lot of pressure because too many cars. But when it gets closer and closer to the Chinese New Year, you will notice that cars disappear in the city because they all drive back to the hometown. Here we have, here in the office, we have a tradition which we have done for 5 years, probably 6 years. Every year, 1 or 2 days before the last working day, we would have a party to celebrate the Chinese New Year and also to celebrate for all of the work we have done in the previous year. During the party, everyone will have to perform. We need to have a performance. And I think I did Chinese traditional dancing about 2 years ago, and last year I did belly dancing. John was singing a heavy rock last year. This year I will share with you what we have done. It's really a lot of fun. Share. We had the party last night. All of our girls and boys either play by themselves or they form a team, and they can sing, they can dance, and you can see that some some of the children, the babies, even joined their mummy's team. We have a lot of we have some very talented people here in our office. They either play instrumental equipment or either they sing alone. Wow. I have always heard that she has a very, very, very beautiful voice because she was singing in the last 2 years. We were really amazed at how good she was, but I never knew that she can play so well. She's really talented. And her name is Sally. She's doing she speaks Polish, and she's doing a lot of translation of the Polish blogs, and she answers the questions to Polish people, Poland people. Wow, very beautiful girl, very beautiful singing, and very beautiful instrument playing. We enjoyed a lot, and we are very happy and lucky to have her in our team. This is a very traditional song in China. I always loved it. I always thought that I could sing it, but after hearing this, I don't think I would. I have the courage to try again. Well, not only she is a very talented singer, but we also have some other singers that are very, very good in our company.
说有什么不能说，怕什么？相信我不会哭，我不会难过。做谁的错，谁能说得清楚？还不如算我的错。总有什么不敢做，怕什么？相信我不在乎，就算你走了。若就算我的心总是流浪，若相逢也曾迷踪，我也不会难过。你不要小看我，有什么熬不过？大不了唱首歌，虽然是悲伤的歌，心里有点颤抖，也比你好得多。我还是很快乐，我才不会难过。你别太小看我，有什么熬不过？谁说我不能喝？我喝的比谁的多，走路有点颠簸，也比你好得多。我还是很快乐。
She is a very, very brave girl because each year she would stand out and sing a song. She has very, very beautiful voice. John used to sing together with her. I think it's about 2 years ago or 3 years ago. They were singing very well together. Maybe I can find out the video and show to you next time. She has been with us for about for more than 3 years, almost 4 years. And she's working in the stockroom. She makes sure that all of the parcels shipped out are in good condition. And she also inspects whether everything is in the parcel. So all the parcels that you have received, that has been checked thoroughly by her. A very beautiful girl. Well, we have talented girls here, very, very beautiful playing, but we also have some not so talented, but very fun ones. I was lying when I said that he was not talented. He is very, very talented. He got the best performance last year. He was singing and dancing last year. Got a lot of laughter from us. He made us very, very happy every day. He's a great person. I have to admit. This year is well, it's still before Chinese New Year now, and I think you have you all know that there are 12 zodiac animals, 12 zodiac signs in Western countries. In China, there are 12 symbolic animals also in China. This year, it's dog's year. And in the new year, that will be about 4 or 5 days later, that is a pig's year. Yesterday, on the party, I got my gift. Da-da-da-da! And this is a very cute pig. Well, not only that, I have this. I think this is a mommy one and this is a daddy one. I'm not quite sure because they're both from the cartoon. But I didn't watch the cartoon. I love them very, very much though. Not only we got these two, we also got the baby one. And this. Wow. That's not just for me, actually. Two were for John and two were for me. We never expected the gifts from our girls, but they are really, really considerate. It made us really happy last night. Pigs in China means honest, brave, easygoing. They are happy with what they've got. They don't like to compete with others. And also we know that pigs have a very, very long and fatty earlobes. In China, there's a knowledge called face recognition or fortune telling. If someone has very long earlobes, it means that he has very his longevity. He has longevity and he has a lot of blessings. Another sign for someone to have longevity and very good blessings is long eyebrows. So if you find that your eyebrows are growing crazy, don't take it off because that's a very good sign. It means that you will have longevity. You may have noticed that a lot of Buddhas or a lot of very famous, very long-living people in China, in the painting or in the picture, in the photos, they have very long earlobes, and they also have long eyebrows like this. That's it actually is a science. So we have noticed that after John came to China, his earlobes are becoming larger than before, bigger than before. That is a very good thing. I checked with my teacher because I used to learn this from my teacher, and he told me that it is a good sign. Our face would change over time, and there are a lot of signs for the health or the blessings we can see from our face. And if sometimes people can predict whether there's a health issue in us or whether something good or bad would happen to us, that's from our face. It's very small signs in our face. And the thing we are doing are always with us, and it will show in our face. So if there are some not so good signs in us, in our face, what can we do? Well, the only thing we can do is to do some good things in return to others. Then the good things will always, if we do good things, some other good things will return to us. This is a very good way to add the blessings to ourselves. Well, speaking of New Year, New Year is always a very good opportunity for us to for a good change. Um, John and I have actually we sat together for about 1 or 2 hours, and we were discussing what are the most important goals we want to achieve, we want to realize in the new year, and we wrote them down, and we also wrote down the things, 3 things we want to do the most. Think of how much you have been missing someone, and how long you haven't seen him for a really long time. Then write it down and do it in the new year, because there are nothing more important. And maybe there's some relationship, some broken relationship you want to repair. Well, do it in the new year. Or maybe that you have always felt that there's something important or some very important goals that you want to realize in your life. Then write it down, make a change in your life, and try everything you can to realize it. We also made a list of the good habits we want to develop in the new year, and also a list of the bad habits we want to get rid of in the new year. Good stuff like we want to do a meditation. We want to do meditation every day, at least 40 minutes a day. There is a saying in China that it takes about 21 days for us to change, to build a new habit or get rid of a bad habit, or to break an old pattern and build a new pattern. And it takes at least 100 days to build a very strong foundation. So if you want to do meditation, make sure you do at least 21 days. So you will have this habit to do it every day. On the 22nd day, if you don't do it, you would feel uncomfortable. So it will become a natural thing. And on my list, I also wrote tummy massaging, because I found that is very good for our health. And baby breathing, that is the embryonic breathing that I talked about in one of the samas before. Also more reading, because I found that we are spending more and more time with our computers, rather computers, phones, but less time for reading. So I wrote it down on my list. I want to do more reading in the new year, maybe 1 or 2 books in a month. So and the book that I'm really interested in at this moment, John and I are reading the Richard Gordon's Quantum Touch. He was the expert in one summer episode, and his healing with hands is very, very interesting. We are reading and also learning and practicing every day, and we found that it actually works very well. We didn't know that we could do it before. Well, actually, I still don't think I can do it, but John's doing very well. In our list, I also wrote, sleep early, because I tend to sleep very late because of too much work, but that's not very good for health. So I really want to get rid of that bad habit and sleep early, eat healthy. When you try to grab some food, instead of taking something that's fried or sweet, get something really natural, organic, and more time together rather than spending more time with the phone and the computer. Some bad things on my list, well, bad things I wrote not just for me, also for my families. My dad is a smoker, so I really, really want to help him get rid of smoking. So I wrote it down, and we we went to we did a lot of search on the internet and finding and trying to find out what we can do to help him quit smoking. We found that because my daddy has been smoking for so many years, it may be really hard for him to completely get rid of smoking. But the bad stuff in the smoking is actually the burned stuff, the the nicotine side. He's already addicted to it. So we decided that instead of asking him to quit, we will give him some artificial cigarettes. So that artificial cigarettes will still have nicotine, which at this moment I don't think we can do much about it, but it doesn't have the bad stuff. And I know my daddy, he's always very stubborn. If you give him something, he may not try. So instead of giving him one thing that he will refuse, we give him two choices. We bought two different kinds of artificial cigarettes. One is very close to real cigarettes, that each time when you use it, you have to put the cigarette in it and warm it up, and it takes about 2 to 3 minutes to finish it. It's really like a real cigarette. It's not so convenient, but it makes him feel like that he's still smoking. He's not quitting the habit. And the other thing is a kind of oil. You put the oil in the machine, and each each filling would last about 2 to 3 days. It is much more convenient, but the downside is that he doesn't feel like that he's smoking. So I gave him both so he can choose between these two. When you walk into a shop, you were not planning to buy something, you were just thinking that it would sit there for some time, but then the waitress came to you asking you, what do you want, tea or coffee? Well, you would think, coffee sounds very nice. You would take a coffee. So give him some choice. I give him two choices. Now I know that he's smoking the artificial cigarette. I'm very happy for him, and I hope that he will continue doing this. Take this, you know, New Year is like the corner, and the corner is very good for some changes. Um, I know in my life that there are some things I really, really want to happen in my life. So I wrote it down, and I want to do everything I can to make it happen in the new year. And I will a lot of time, invest some time for this to happen, because time is like sponge. You can always get some from it. It is not so easy to change your old habit and build a new one, but think of it something that you are doing for your loved ones. It's not just for yourself, it's for our families, our loved ones. And I think most of our audiences, our users, are spooky 2 users here, and you may have some health issues. Rome is not built in one day. It takes a long time. And maybe because of some bad habits we had in our life, some not so good diet habits, or because we don't like to do exercise that much. Well, make list of think of what you want to do, want to realize in the new year the most, and make the list of the things that you can do to help that happen. Because I believe that new year is for a better life. and it's for a better us and for a happier family. I wish everyone a fantastic new year. Thank you very much, and see you next week. Bye.